Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on an application. It's a game called Betwist, and the idea is you do word finds, but you also can twist the board and maybe find some better letters that way. All right, let's take a look at what we did yesterday since I was offline while we did it. The video is up on twitch.tv/William Wake, or you can go via my website xp123.com/twitch. Should take you there. Okay. And so what we did was we provided this notion of twisting. I guess it's probably better if I show it and then explain it. We got our internet back about 8 o'clock last night, and it's been up since then, so I'm hoping it stays up today. I live in Marshall, North Carolina, and I know there's been some videos of how badly that town is hit. Pretty amazing. Okay, let's see. I boosted the size up to 5 by 5, but we added these buttons, and they're just very minimal. But notice this column ELTIE. If I do left, I'm going to move that one off. I'll move everything else to the left except that column, and that one I'll move to the end over here by TGNRA. So ELTIE left. Now ELTIE is over here, and we can keep going around, and same thing for up or down. Okay, so the other thing I did yesterday was generate random letters, and I've got sort of the Scrabble distribution of letters. I don't think I'm finding it terribly easy to get words. I wonder if I need some other letters a little more common or a little less common. But we'll see where that goes. Anyway, let's take a quick look at how this is implemented. And the key notion is the corner. And so the corner is if you rotate up or down or left or right, what cell looks like 00 on the view. Okay, so that's the corner we're talking about. And the two things so the top level thing is you call twist with a direction. And if we're twisting left, then we move the corner +1. So we're moving the corner to the right, and now whatever that first column is kind of drops off that end. Okay, so that everything is done wrapped by size. So what was 0, and now we're 1. Well, when you ask, you work your way up to 5, you'll pull 0 because we're wrapping mod 5. Okay. Right is just the opposite. If the corner column moves 1 to the left, and that's sort of the effect of bringing in that rightmost column and having it show up. Okay, since everything's wrapped by size, it all kind of works out. And then with up and down, well, now we're going to change the row up or down, same as before. Now to make this useful, we have the notion of row indexes. So before we would iterate over columns, rows 0 through 4, and within each row do columns 0 through 4. But we don't want those numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to get the wrapped numbers. And so this method knows, based on the corner row, what the indexes should be. Okay, now I definitely kind of walked away with an intuition that maybe corner and twist and row indexes, this could almost be a separate object. I'm thinking twister, just kind of that name in my head, but I think it's kind of different because notice size and grid are very static. We assign them once and we're done, but corner changes every time you do a twist. Okay, so yeah, you basically always draw letters at the corner, and the wrapping we do takes care of that you're indexing wrong. But really, because you're getting these row indexes, we've already wrapped it for you. So you just say, go through the row indexes, whatever row index I'm drawing, draw that one first, and so on, and same thing through the columns. Okay, but that was pretty. It's kind of cute. I like it. All right, now I think we'll stay on the twisting for a little bit. One thing I know is we should be able to do an animation on the twisting, And I don't know if that's in game. Yeah, it must be in game because that's where the button is, right? Twist. Oh no, maybe it's in content view. Yeah, this button, these buttons. Okay. And so, I mean, I think all it should take, we'd have to repeat it on each one of these. But I think this will do, it'll do something. I don't know what it'll do exactly, but it'll do something that I'm hoping is visually appealing and acceptable, at least. You know, I think as it is now, it's rotate the whole board one way and all the letters the opposite. Yeah, I guess that's a way to think of it. Okay, so we added animation to, well, here's right, and we just change. Okay, let's try left. Oh yeah, oh my, that's really nice. The name may be a little confusing. I don't know. Maybe I've gone. Hey, welcome, Front Easy LV. We're making a game. It's sort of like the commercial game Boggle in that you're finding words on a grid, and the thing we're adding that's different is that you can twist the grid as you're working on it. So notice VKNUV. I'm gonna hit left, which I don't know. I'm twisting the rest of the board left, and it rolls around to the right. Okay, and you know, I can change when I'm looking. So I don't know. Let's. I'm not seeing any great words in here. TA, and then we're allowed to wrap around N, but I can rotate just as well, and now the N comes up here. But I'm also allowed to just know that it wraps, so I can get tanked. Okay, and once I take this word, I click here, it slides it down into the list of words we've already done. Okay, we don't have a dictionary yet. The animations and stuff aren't quite there. But let's add these other animations. I think we can. I don't know. I hope we can make these a little better. I don't know. It feels weird to me to have 4 buttons doing 4 different things, and it seems like I should be able to just make a list somewhere. But let's put the animations in. I liked them, so I don't think I have to worry about anything better than that, assuming they all work the same. Okay, so let's run that. Now I think it's keeping one of these for tests and this one for running. Okay, so right. Oh, he pushes it behind. That's almost, Now, is that in front? It's hard for me to tell. M. Sophia, custom artwork. Okay. Thanks. Probably won't partake. All right. So that's right. Slides it behind. I think left slid it in front. Yeah. It's funny because I recorded yesterday's session, and while I was watching it, I couldn't tell if my words were in front or behind, but once I watched it on the video, it was completely clear it was behind. So I think these words letters are going in front, and these are going behind. They're definitely going behind. Now let's see, up. Okay, now we can control this. Let's see, down. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have some work to do, but we don't block duplicates. Okay, that's definitely behind. All right, but I'll take this. I mean, that's for adding 4 real lines and getting that kind of animation. That's great. We might be able to do something. Well, I think there's a default index. zIndex, so what's on top. I think it's kind of like from top down on the page, left to right, basically. And so I think that's why those rightmost ones kind of fall behind things. But we'll see. Add animation for grid twisting. How many languages you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's a long list of ones I've worked with seriously, and a longer list of ones where I can dabble. But that's all those gray hairs that I don't have anymore. Okay, let's take that and add animation to twisting. Okay, so 2024. Oops, 10:01. That's October. Rabbit. I mean, you pretty much have to know 3 or 4 just to get through web development these days. Okay. Improve the buttons for twisting. And consider a separate object for twisting. I don't know if that might be good. And this one also I noticed. Let's take a look at that one. I think this is a very easy change. Okay, word sliding down the front. So this is affecting our content view. All right, and so when you place items in the view, the default index, the first one is on the bottom layer, and as you add items, they come up on a higher and higher layer. So I think we just have to do a zIndex on it. zIndex, and it defaults to 0, and we can just make this level 1. Okay, let me make sure that works the way I think it does. Well, languages come and go too. You don't see a lot of, Objective-C's no longer something I've used. I mean, I haven't used it in several years. I guess maybe 2020, that first big project I did in this session was a tree sheet, and we were using UIKit, but pretty much I moved to Swift UI after that. Okay, so let's, I'm not using real words. We don't enforce it. I just want to see it. Yeah, that's in front. Okay. Oh, that's easy. It's so nice when things are easy. You feel like you fight so hard sometimes. Put the partial word on the top layer to improve animation. Well, there's some amount of syntax changes, and then some amount of differences between them. I mean, the functional stuff that's pretty relatively popular now, wasn't in languages other than like Lisp and those guys. They're actual functional languages. Java didn't have it. C# got it a little sooner than them. Smalltalk always had some, but using closures and stuff like that wasn't very common 20 years ago. Maybe it wasn't mainstream in the languages. Okay, yeah, function libraries differ a lot. All right, improve the buttons for twisting and allow swipe in a separate object. Is this going to make anything easier or harder? I don't think it's going to matter. The first two are more UI, and the second is, or the third one here is object design. Okay, well, I don't like the words left, right, up, down, and unreadable blue. So what I'm thinking, I might want to put like a little 4-way thing that looks like an up button, left, right, and then down. So 3 rows of buttons. Let's format that in first. These are, let's extract this into its own little view. Oh, you're not gonna do it for me. Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna call this motion controls. And well, it's maybe time to separate out some of this, but we'll do this here for now. Motion controls is a view. Our body is some view. Buttons will need the game. I think that's about it. And I'm doing binding because we're changing the game. Okay. All right, now it's a little easier to work with here. So I think I'm going to have a V stack. Which, okay, and then I'll move the H stack down. Oh, no, I should put that back. I should move this one up. And then I want to move my brace. I guess this one. Okay, so I have up, left, right, down. Let's see what that looks like. I try and do the most minimal version of something and then expand it out. And definitely from the UI perspective, yesterday I was focused on this twisting process. Today we're worrying about animation and improving the buttons and stuff like that. And it's kind of, I do test-driven development, so that the object side, at least, maybe not the view side, is always, I'm adding tests when I add functionality. Okay, yeah, this is the picture I want for these. I just want to use arrows. I think they're just arrow dot left, dot right, dot up, dot down. All right, and I know there's a button with a system name. Yeah. Can you tell? Oh, system image. Yeah, that's right. Okay, label. I thought there was a built-in. I really thought there was a built-in that would do it. No, he's doing the same thing. Okay, so it's button action image system name. Button, the action is this. Is that all right? Button, braces. System name, yeah. Oops. Yeah, this is very repetitive. Yeah, and I often start with the logic. Yeah, I mean, I kind of laid out what I wanted in the, um, well, in the overall path of things, and I want to keep it working at each point. So I'm not too happy with the complexity of this at the moment. Um, but we'll get it working. All right, and hopefully we get arrows pointing up, down, left, right, and they should act like we'd hope. Well, the blue color and no borders. Okay. Well, let's look at some formatting on those. Yeah. Um, I don't know, button style bordered maybe? Is that going to help? Oh, and I don't know if I put a preview. Yeah, I did. Let's see if that works today. It's um well, we got this one going. Didn't. Oh, there's a slight box around it. Not much. All right, let's turn that preview on. See if we can speed up our loop a little bit. All right. Ugh. Formatting buttons. And then tint. I don't know. Maybe I'm not too happy. Well, what would make me happier? I wish those arrows were a little more dramatic, I guess. Do I have this thing up? Okay, there's some arrows. I could put them in squares. Arrows forward, up, down. Well, that would be progress, I guess. Yeah, definitely. Actually, it's our next task. I want. I don't know. Maybe the buttons aren't as good an idea because I would like it to happen naturally, but I don't want them to not know to do it. Like nothing tells you. There's no indication here. If you don't have the buttons, there's no indication that tells you, oh, you could just drag across, swipe a little bit and it would be fine. I bet you could play the game, 100 times, and then once you bump it with your finger and you go like, wait, what happened? And so the arrows kind of give you they say affordance in UI, the UI world. It gives you something that sort of says that, yeah, maybe there is some sort of tutorial thing we could do, but I think we'll get this going, and then I don't know. We will get to this. I'm still very aware that dictionary isn't working, and sound is less important to me. I think it's helpful for games, but um, not having the dictionary is more of a big deal. Um, all right, yeah, let's see what we can do. So we can tint them. Um, we'll just work with this one for now. Tint. What color we want? I don't know. This whole thing could use some color. I don't mind the black on white and the selection being, inverting that, but I don't know what this will do. I think it depends if you day or night mode too. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, demo mode maybe that. I mean, I've certainly seen apps with animations that kind of simulate a swipe going across. Now, why are you slow? Preview shell. Stop and run that again. I don't know what preview shell is. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's going. That doesn't look like any. Oh, secondary. Okay, let's take mint. I think that's at least a light color and something we can see. Bordered. Let's try it like this. Oh, sorry. I ran that before I thought. Yeah, yeah. They get a nice swoopy kind of arrow drawn. Okay, what does that mean? I don't think that's what we're seeing over here. I'm not sure what the content view is. I've got a game with 4 letters. Okay, that's kind of obnoxious. Is it just arrow dot circle? Maybe I'll try that. Yeah, really don't know. I've seen something weird like this before. I can't remember what caused it. All right. We'll take the border. I'm going to take the border off. And I'm going to draw arrow dot circle. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, what would have done that? And, okay, well it's apparently going to act that way. Maybe the 2x2 game is not visibly useful at this point. No, this is not. Yeah, completely random. So I took the tent off, or sorry, I have the tent, but I don't have the border anymore. Oh, I moved it on the inside. Okay, let's try that. The border is just giving me that little square around everything, and apparently it doesn't matter. Okay, well let's get these other ones in here. Arrow dot left dot circle. I don't know if left and right work. It might want forward and backward. And I don't want to leave mint in there. I just wanted to get something. We really need to put that in the color, asset color. I was building. I didn't put the mint thing on there or the bordered this stuff. Oh, image scale. Okay. Thank you. Just see how those looking. Actually, with the grid we have, I mean, white might even be a better color. At least contrasting with that background. Yeah. Okay, well, it's a little bigger. I don't know. It's still taking up more space than I want. I think there's a crisscrossed arrows. There's arrow dot left, dot up, dot right, dot down, dot whatever. What was that? I know I dug out a bunch of these. Yeah, this one. So I don't know. A different approach might be. I think this points all four directions. Now, yeah, chevrons could be. They've got a little more going on them. I didn't see. Chevrons aren't as. There's some that do doubles. Yeah, they got the up, down, left, right. I think I don't see a left. They have left doubled, but not up and down doubled. But maybe this is even moot in the sense that, okay. I mean, if we put the swiping in and make that accessible or understandable, these fighting over these buttons is probably not the best use of my time. All right, but the arrow I want is not the cornered arrow like that. I want one that points up and down and is like that. Oh, there it is. Up and down and left. Arrow dot up and down. Can I copy this? So I'm thinking of an alternative. If we do this one, maybe we could figure out if they touch it where they touched it and decide, you know, like this would be our whole control. Make that extra large, and if you touch this corner, it does the one. If you touch this one, it does the down, and so on. I guess I'm going to keep that in my bag of tricks because I don't like the 4 buttons because it takes up all the room for our list of words. And if this were 6x6, we'd be even worse off. Okay, although I don't know. I think I want these to be squares, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's get these all the same. Oh, image scale large. Well, already, okay, I want to start refactoring, but let's get it consistent and then we'll refactor. Okay. Rotate the buttons 90 degrees. Yeah, we could. Okay. I think it's not the greatest look, for sure. And our list is totally obliterated by it. But I think partly this is, I know we, Mudshark the other day mentioned is it, what's that called? No, it's not content view. It's the geometry view or whatever it is that lets you get them. Could display like keyboard up, down, left, right buttons. Yeah. Well, I think if I keep a button, I want to go more like I said of the one button where you push the corners of it, make it a little bigger, make it as big as, maybe half of this. But I do like the idea of making the swiping, visible. And so I'll leave this for now. I think partly it'll look better once we make the grid under a little more control. Right now it's 5x5 and it's stretching past the border. If I made it 6x6, which I'd like the option to do, it's even worse. So we will see. Okay, but I think we'll take this for now as being kind of like a bare minimum version of that. Now, it might be that putting them all in a line would be good enough. It could be that we embed them. I think, are you saying put the buttons up around the border of this object? I could definitely see that being an improvement. But yeah, we'll take that for what it is. All right, now improve the buttons for twisting. Yes. Swipe for twisting. Let's move this up to the top. Okay, so I feel like there could be a separate object. I think it might be nice. I also think this could be better done. Okay, so well, you know what? Let's clean up here a little first. I've got this grid button modifier. Maybe that should be grid button modifier. Or style. Okay, and let's extract this. What's the matter? Come on. There it goes. Okay, I don't like that. Content goes to some view. Oh, interesting. Now it should have grabbed some imports. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, well, if we just pull in Swift UI, maybe it'll catch on. I need. Yeah. Okay. I thought it did that automatically. Oh well. Maybe I deleted it. And motion controls. Oh, I definitely want to refactor those. Okay, well, the color's jarring to me. All right, but it looks like it's doing the right thing. Okay. Good. Let's check that in. Okay, and then this, my thought was, let's make this a little more generic. I think, well, maybe just a method would do it. Let's do function make button. It needs a name. And it needs a direction. Can I do that? And I'm going to try white just to kind of get back into the current palette. This is direction. And this is image name. And this is make button. I think I like the order better the other way, actually. Up. To up, really? Is that enough? I can live with that. And I don't know, make button, I think I can just say button. And I think that brings the structure of this out a bit more. It's got three rows, button up, left and right together, and down. And it should look the same. Yeah, with the white, I did change that. Okay, I can stand that. Mint was getting on my nerves. Okay. Okay, and now I'm ready to consider a separate object. Well, that's true. That would get me one more half inch of space. Yeah, I think that's acceptable. All right. Now the grid. Okay, so what I want to do is extract an object. It's going to know the corner. It's going to have a twist because all it does is change corner. It's got to know the size. Needs the size, and it tracks the corner. So I think I can make this little twister thing. So we're kind of moving these methods in, and it needs that size. Var size of int. Now I'll just pull the pieces in for the moment. And where's my init before corner? Okay, so we need this init. And I don't need corner location. I'm going to create that. Okay. And let's give it let's give it twist. We'll just pull the rest of this in. Now to make it kind of, well, I wonder if the caller can deal with it. Let's give this let's give it a twister. Okay. And now twist should be twister, twist, and this should be twister row indexes and twister column indexes. All right, I've left the old one there. It should be fine for the moment. We need to modify some tests, but I don't think that's too hard. They're like the last ones I added yesterday. And I don't remember if I hit run or run tests. Run it is. Okay. So twisting should still work. Okay, so we're not talking to the game at all, the grid. Oh, I renamed board to grid yesterday. Okay, so I think that's good. We can rip this out of grid. It's back to kind of what we were. Let's make sure that still runs. Actually, unit tests are going to fail, so we'll have to tweak them. Oh yeah, Twitch kind of jumps on links. If you no, I don't know if there's a way to. Oh, you can kind of textualize the link and take out the colon // yeah. Okay, let me run. Let me add those tests in before I go too far. Okay, and I kept saying it was Brett Suchard. I think I'm almost sure Jeff Langer's the one that has this convention. I kept struggling for it the other day. Okay, so this is a twister. And we want the tests that came off the bottom of grid. Twist left. Yeah. Grid 4x4. Oh, this should be twister of 4 now. Right, we don't need the letters. We're just tracking things. All right, I'll get that picture up in a moment here too. Okay, and then let me take out that oh, let's make this optional or omitted, and then game will need to. Well, yeah, the difference is, yeah, we can't, you can't just insert this in the middle because it kind of changes the board. Um, I don't know if I have this up. Nope. Um, yeah, and I don't want to make the board too flexible. I think the twisting is to give you a little extra word stuff to find, but if I let you kind of connect anything to anything, that's going to kind of get in the way. But yeah, that's one to keep in mind. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Um, yeah, it does make me think of other things to make it do. But all right, let's go back here. Test completed. Tests all passed. Okay, a couple of warnings. Vertical white space. Okay, that's from pulling that file out. Motion controls. Yeah. Okay. I think. Hmm. 0. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Let's run it. So while it's twisting, yeah, there is something a little weird, isn't there? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if these are. It's so weird when you have something that slides behind a grid like this, like your brain definitely tries to fill in, even though it sees a flicker and a flicker and a flicker. Um, I don't think the transparency is. They're not transparent. Um, Boy, it sure looks like it though. Gosh, maybe. Hmm. Yeah, there's something going on there. Okay, it's definitely staying behind. And this one's definitely over. Yeah, I mean, when I produce the videos, I see parts of it. I don't watch the whole 2 hours, but I get little blips of it, and um, I was very surprised because it was like completely obvious watching the video that there was a problem of the thing being behind, this word dropping down behind. Um, yeah, let me run it again just in case it's a first time thing. I'm not sure what we can do. I don't think I've configured anything. Oh, is there a way to do that? Is that a? Yeah, good thinking. I didn't even know that was a little option on there. Okay, he's on top. He's definitely transparent. I mean, transparent-ish. Let's put him back. And he's going back on the back. I think that's just kind of the price of the way it lays things out. He's behind. I didn't think these buttons were transparent. But, so I don't know if that's an animation thing or they're more transparent than I thought. Hmm. Let's check those button colors. I guess that's still in here. Modifier grid, no. Yeah. Grid button style. Okay, let's go look at that. We use black and white. Oh, there is opacity. Yeah. Okay. What time is it? 3 o'clock. That's pretty close. So we're an hour in. So I'll take a note when I do the video. I'll check whether that first time had a mistake, or if I can see it or notice it. Okay, but I do have the opacity. I don't think that's terrible. We can change it and just see the effect. Huh, okay, that's what it is. Oh, I don't know if that's what you saw, but interesting. Huh. That's what happened the first time. Well, and it doesn't happen the second time. So I think that's a bug on their part. Because it should be the whole. This is a button. It should be the whole button that slides down, not its contents and separately from its stuff. Okay, we'll run it one more time like that. Initialization of position. Well, they're just all laid out in H stacks, you know. Well, H stacks with V stacks around them. Okay, first one. Yeah. Okay, now let's put the transparency back. That's weird. The third time it's just looking good. I mean, like you say, if the first one worked wrong, maybe there was some initialization thing, but the second one, I don't know how to trigger it again. Oh, so weird. Okay, well, maybe we'll take a little project to build up a test case for it and submit it. I don't know. I mean, the animation is so straightforward. I hate to even whine at all, but yeah, that's happening. Okay, but it looked like it happened the second time to me too. Yeah. It got partway down and picked it up, and then everything's good. Okay. Let's add a note on our to-do and time twist up draws funny on first time only, I guess. Okay. I don't think there's any initialization to do. Now this is a view thing. Colors. And he's just a button. It's content. Yeah, I don't see anything there that makes me think something's funny. I mean, this thing is very position unaware. It does know location though, but that is the selection type, so we know if it's selected or not. Good eye. Definitely better than mine. Okay, what are we doing here? Separate object for twisting. I think we're done. This object keeps track of that corner location, and it keeps track of these column indexes based on which way you twist. I put in a twist to make sure if you twist, enough times you get back to where you started, and up and down. Okay, so and this means the grid itself doesn't know anything about twisting, which feels good to me. It's not supposed to. Oh, thank you. But cool. Okay, and well, I'd have to run it one more time, I guess. Whoops. See, now that you've taught me, I don't know if I can see it the first time or not. Oh, that's a good question. Okay, it does drag it funny, doesn't it? Okay. I don't know if the first time here, that looked okay. Let's run it again. Okay, same problem. Now it looks better. Huh. Okay, we'll run it and try down. That one looked okay to me. But that's probably just arbitrary, because it's supposed to be okay. Interesting. So it's sliding the content, the label of the button before it slides the background the first time. That's really weird. Okay. We'll save that, but yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I'm happy to have that twisting be separate. That makes me feel like our grid is stronger for that, because now we've separated out grid from twisting, and we get a simpler grid object and a very simple twister object, and they appear to work together well. I don't know if it's trying or if it doesn't like refactoring when it's running. Yeah. Okay, and twister has no imports. Oh, he does want those directions. Let's pull those over too. Because now this is not known by grid at all, but twister needs them. Okay. Well, I should have probably run tests first, but we'll do it next. Okay, now the next thing I want to do and this one again, I'm very bugged. All this duplication bugs me, and I would rather make something. I'd rather define a dictionary to do this. So let locations, no, it's more like deltas equal left is 0, 1, thank you. Right, oops, right is 0, -1, okay. I mean, okay, the AI is helping. Whoops. Down is, gotta learn to hit my tab key. Okay, and this is directions to pair events. Okay, I don't know if it'll let me keep this formatting. Okay, so now left corner is corner.row plus delta sub direction dot 0, and this is and this one is corner.column plus, oh, sorry. Delta subdirection dot 1. Okay, and I can format that a little bit. All right, that should pass. Next, the identifier will specify a type, and next to the key in dictionary literals. Next, the identifier will specify a type. Next to the key, I think that is, oh, this one's not right. I'm surprised it's not complaining about multiple spaces, but okay. So that worked out okay. So let's take this out now. Now I might be able to make a little helper type. I don't know if I can name these. Yeah, I think it's not liking this. Understandable. Okay. I don't know if I can say delta row. Yeah, that I don't know that location needs twist. I think it needs to be, it's more like offset or something. So I don't know if this type needs to be, okay, it likes that all right. Well, I say that, whoops. Let's build it like this. Now the name is not required, but I think that might be, now maybe there's a delta that's delta location row column. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, this, I'm gonna take this out. Okay. Okay, and I'll look up the syntax again. Infix operator, whatever. We'll take it like this. Okay, now we can't exactly extract a method. This thing should yield a location. All right, and so it's coming off twister. say return. Okay, so location in row plus delta dot delta row delta dot delta column. Oh, we need size. Ugh. I don't know. We could make delta location know the size. But it feels awkward. Oh, I liked this idea. Well, we could give location a move by function. No, it doesn't even have to be mutable if we make it return it. Function move moved by. Well, that's whoops. Okay, that's something. It doesn't work, but this does. And we have to pass size too, I guess. These guys don't know it. The new row plus the delta, all mod size. Okay. But I think we can use that. Cannot convert value. Oh, yeah, we make these delta locations. Okay, I think that's an improvement. I wish the operator could do it, but this is still good. And it's definitely simpler than checking for cases. You know, we're encoding it, and like even the AI guessing fill in thing guessed right on these. Going left is moving the column by one. Going right is moving it the other way. You know, it gets kind of the minimal information in there. And I think that the thing we're missing then, let's just add a test for location so that it checks that example itself. Location. Let me sort these. So 3 should go to 4, 5 should go to 2. I don't know how I guessed that, but okay. Yeah, size. Oh, well, that would be good to make it different, wouldn't it? Okay, thanks for joining us today. Great. Okay, so, well, we need the size and the moved by. Let's make it size 6. I almost think this looks better. We'll have to modify moved by delta location a little bit. No, moved by. Okay, it was called in twister. Okay, 3, 5, moved by 1 minus 3, size 6. And I think we'll put it in the same file, same function rather. If I do 1, 2, moved by, let's make the size 4. If I move in by 5 minus 3, okay, well, 1 plus 5 is 6, mod 4 is 2, and 2 minus 3 is minus 1, mod 4 is 3. And I hope these both pass. I expect them to both pass, I should say. Yeah, okay, great. Create location dot moved by to handle, what do they call that? Transposition, transition, translation. Okay. All right. Well, it's a good time for a break. Let's take a 3 or 4 minute break, and we'll come back, and I think we'll devote the rest of the day to swiping. See you in a few. Welcome back. All right, let's take a look at these links I found. Okay, I think we'll start with this one because he just does a nice job always. Okay, so a gesture, you tag it onto a view, tap, long press. They can just go directly, but if you've got more complicated gestures, you add a dot gesture and then the thing inside. Magnify, rotate. Where's drag? Tap. No. Here's drag. Okay, so he's doing a more complicated example. You first do a long press and then do a drag, but his drag gesture is the kind of thing we're going to do. On changed, he changes the offset. Okay, because he's trying to drag it as he goes. I don't know if we need that. I mean, basically, we want to... I don't know if there's a on started or something like that. We want to capture the starting point and then the ending point, and use that to decide which direction they were dragging. Okay. Well, I'd be happy if I had something that said offset of printed out something that gave us the 2 points. Value.translation. I don't know what that means. Offset equals value. I guess value is something, the point you pressed. Okay. All right. So I think this is the basic structure of what we put in our gesture. He combines them so that you have to do one then the other sequentially. But we're just going to say drag, almost like flick, left, right, up, or down. All right. And then these others we're talking about, I want to know which way you flicked, swiped. Okay. And then if value translation width is less than 0, well, that doesn't quite make sense. It seems like you would have to have 4 cases, not 2. Okay, what's this one doing? Case 0 to 30. Yeah, that seems weird. Okay, width, height, if it's less than 0. Yeah, unended. Yes, yeah. You don't have to specify minimum distance, but we're going to want to. Because if you're clicking inside the cell, you're selecting it. If you bumped it a little, you selected it by swiping a tiny amount, we don't want that to be regarded as a drag. We want it to be a select. Okay. Well, let's add this thing in and just kind of see what we get with it. This is on, I guess it's on this view. Now I was wondering if we should, I had grid, I did some looking at that too. I mean, this is kind of nice. It figures out the maximum sizes and creates them, and that's all kind of cool. Tallest cell sets the height. I don't know. It might be nice to let the grid do it, but this should do it. All right. I think we do that inside it and then close. Okay. Now, to your point, we should say a minimum distance. And I don't know the right answer, but I'm going to say 50. All right. Value and effect is dragging. Now, I don't know if he created this state. Well, he created these 2 states. Offset is 0. Well, I don't know we need them in the same way, but we'll put them up there. Is dragging. Now, I don't see what turns that on. Right? Oh, we don't need that then. We know it's false because we're here. We don't have to worry about the press. Okay, the offset changes. All right, let's run it and see what's doing. Starting the animation before the swipe is done. Yeah. Right, his offset, he's going to move a circle to track the finger or something like that, I think, which might be a good thing to do. Well, okay, how do I know I did anything? Let's print. Dragged. Now for me, this is just a flick. Haha. Okay. Cool. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll make offset is CG size question mark. Okay. So now I can capture it. Offset equals, well, if offset is nil, then we'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to try and save the starting value, and then let's look at it, and then we'll make it nil. I don't really care for my debug statement. Okay, that's a lot there. Optional minus 5350. Location 7733. Well, that must be this. Oh, I got everything I need in here. Okay. All right. Ending start location. And call coordinate space on drag to make the drag value relative. I kind of don't think we care. Because whatever coordinate space it uses, dragging to the left is going to make it more negative, I assume. Okay, we'll do 4 drags. 333 to 67. Okay, so 333 to 67. And then vertically, I was kind of the same. Okay, if this should be kind of the other way, 95, okay, to 337. And then down, 18 goes to 198. And 120. Whoa, what happened there? start location 0. (211) ending location minus. Okay, so in the first one, if I take the start minus the end, I'm greater than 0. Somehow I feel like I should be taking a sine or a cosine. Call me crazy. 333 minus 67 is still positive. So does that mean I dragged to the left? 95 to 337 is negative. Start is less than end. So which value is the largest? Oh, that's an idea. So the difference, the delta here to here is 237-ish, 2 something. This delta is a half. So I guess I'd be tricky if I dragged perfectly diagonally, which I can do here. Yeah, they're almost the same. But it's not irreversible if it comes, if there's an ambiguous choice in it, it picked the bigger one. I guess the x coordinate here, is that x? Yeah. The x coordinate on the first one, that difference is bigger than this difference. So I would say that was more or less a drag right, even though it was kind of ambiguous. Well, it was very ambiguous. Okay, yeah, so I like that idea. So we'll take the start. So let's get delta x, delta y. I mean, we're getting very, very computational here. But we have directions. Okay. Yeah, so this is maybe endpoint. Or no. It's data. It's drag info. Okay, so I would like to have a function that I feed it. What are these things? Start location is CG sizes. Is that what they are? CG points. CG points. Okay, I guess I could imagine a function on CG point that says direction to location, right? And so you give it a CG point and you give it, you take one CG point and ask it about another one, and he comes back and says up, down, left, or right. And then that feeds into our rotation, just exactly what we want. Okay, so I don't even know where CG point is. It's old school, right? So it's in the UI kit somewhere. They don't want to tell us. Objective C. It's got X and Y. That's all we really care about. Okay, close this. I guess I probably have to import Swift2i. Okay. And we want a function, well, let's make the test for it, I guess. And I think ACG point. Let's make X be, well, let's do left first, I guess. 110, and this difference is not much. Okay. And so I want to say expect starting dot direction from 2 ending equals left. Start. Is local from the drag position? I don't think I really care, right? I just care about positive and negative. Has no member direction. Oh, because we haven't added it. Okay. Direction to yield the directions. Yeah, because I think, the coordinate space is going to be translated, it's going to be moved left or right, or maybe expanded to scaled to, to some dimensions, but I think the direction of it won't matter. And this should fail. Oh, yeah, it should fail. I gave something besides left. Okay, good. What's the problem here? Multi-line arguments bracket. Should have surrounding brackets in a new line. Is it this? Wait, what are you? Oh, this was my random thing. Huh. I generated as many Ks. Wow. Okay. That's really amazing. It failed. We generated 100 letters. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I didn't think it would be that dramatic. Let me bump that. I just can't. I'm surprised 100 letters would find 2 Ks and 2 Es when E is like 6 times as common. Okay, but anyway, now so let's let delta x equal self dot x minus 2 dot x. delta. Oh, that's a weird choice. Okay, so I think your idea of checking the largest okay, I don't know if we need it. Okay, if the change in x is more than the change in y, then if delta x is less than 0, return left. So that coordinate system looked correct to me. So x is low on this side and high on this side. If it was high minus, sorry, the starting point's, if the starting point's here and it goes there and we subtract the 2, get flipped backwards and forwards. Maybe I should subtract them the other way. All right, so if you started here and you will take the 2 minus the start, if it's positive, return right, otherwise return left. Well, I'm kind of jumping ahead on the cases, but I think this will be enough, and let's just return down regardless. Okay, so in this case, if you start at 100 and go to 10, you should get left. And conversely, if you start at ending and you go to start, well, I'm flipping these cases. Oh, thank you. Let's start at 10 and go to 100. That corresponds to swiping to the right. Okay, and so if you start at start and you go to ending, that should be a right. If you start at ending and go to start, that should be a left. Okay, I think those are symmetric and now your point, x versus y, you're talking about this one? Yeah. Okay, ran 34 tests with one issue. Ending is 100. Sorry, the ending is 10. 10 minus 100 should be minus 90. Okay, so down. Okay, yeah, you're right. No, I think this works because we are going to have basically a square board. Like if our cells were really tall, you would drag vertically so far, it might not detect it. I don't know. All right, but that test is happy. So let's do the other one. This is nose left from right, and then somewhat symmetric nose up from down. We don't need async throws. Okay, let's start this at 100. We'll make this 90. And if we start, I don't remember which direction was up or down. Okay, so if you start at 10 and you go to 95, is up higher? Don't know. So 10 to 95, I'm saying should be up, but I think this thing might be backwards, the coordinate system. We lost our run. Okay. This will fail regardless because we don't return up ever. If delta y is greater than 0, return up, else return down. Okay. And I think that should pass now, but whether that works in real life, I'm not sure which direction those things go. Okay, now content view doesn't actually call it. Print drag info dot start location dot direction to drag info dot end location. Oh, just location. All right, let's run. Left, right, moment of truth, up, down. Okay, we gotta flip these. I had a feeling that was the case because I get screwed up by it all the time. I had how many years of math as a kid to teach me that up was y positive? Okay. Left, right, up, down. Left, right, up, down. Okay. Oh, did I not fix the test? Sorry. right? Bad programmer. Okay. I almost want to say with nose up from down with goofy Swift UI Y coordinate, but I'll let it go. Okay. All right, now content view. We don't want to just print, we want to drag. Now, where's my other buttons? Motion controls. Betwist. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think you're gonna push the last row off to the side. So I want the swipe left to rotate this one column around to the bottom, to the right. Is that what it did? Leo. Okay. And this should put it back. And this should push up I to the bottom. Because you're dragging kind of across multiple cells, so I feel like you're pushing the bulk of them. And then wrapping around. And I probably would, I guess simulating it, I've got to press when I drag, but normally you just kind of flick. Yeah, I don't know. Does that seem backwards to you? I mean, this stuff. Okay. I guess I had thought about it both ways so much it's like I can't tell which one makes the most sense. But I think you're sticking to the bulk of the stuff, so the odd one out is the one that moves opposite to the rest of them. And these all go up and these all come down. Yeah. I think you'll just get used to it, and in usage you'll just be like, I'm gonna flick it once or twice to get some other, kind of suggest other possibilities. But I gotta say, I don't see lots of words. I mean, I'm not the best Boggle player. Well, I can do HARP. I can't get to an I. I mean, that's something. Okay. All right, so I think we have add swipe to cause a twist. Is it P R E? Oh, I can go the other way, I guess. P R E T E I don't know what that means. I think we need another E on the end, but it'll take it. Well, I got L-I-N-G. Yeah, okay. T-A-I-L-I. Oops. I-N-G-S. Tailings. I don't know. This makes me want. It makes me want to put in a mode that says "Find me a word." You know, maybe it should be like all the words that it could have found and show you those. Um, it might make you better. It might make you feel so. Excuse me. Make you feel so bad you stop, but. Or maybe like, what's the longest word you could have found? You know, electroacoustically. I saw that on our list. But I'm, yeah, I think this is good. This definitely gets us to that. That's definitely the kind of interaction I expected to see. The only other one, sorry, an easy thing. I'd like to put a little green button on here that's just a checkbox so that if you know you can click here, you're okay. But if you click on the checkbox, it would be good. Sorry, I should look at my to-do list before I go too far off. Okay. Oh, cool. Well, that's a learning for me. All right. So add a checkbox to commit word. Now, I don't mind clicking on the other thing too, but I think the green checkbox will make people click it regardless. You know, they'll click on one of those two things. Okay. Content view, and that's this thing, which now becomes an H stack. And I think I have a tendency to make my views too big. All right, but the other thing we want is a button with some action and a label that's an image, system name, jack.circle dot color, or is it background, foreground? Is this deprecated? Yeah. Dot green. Oh, there are a few words out there that are like that they have a form that takes the E or not, and you know, maybe it's a little archaic one way or the other. Okay. I'll just print hello. Guess offset. What is guess offset? Oh, that was our animation. Okay. Okay, I'd probably complain about accessibility, but we'll put that in later. Oh, and he doesn't have the animation. Yeah. Hey, I got QU. That's a word. I don't see a green checkbox though. Oh, no signal found. Okay. checkmark.circle. I don't know. Tarb. Okay, but I can make him large. He should have printed something. Okay. And I don't know, can I make a method for that? Well, he's still not that large, and that green's not very compelling to me. Can I make a background? Where's that white? I'll just make it white for now. Well, that's about as ugly as you could ask for. Look at all these E's. I think I just have too many. Oh yeah, you're right. There is a checkmark.fill or filled or something. .circle.fill. Okay, let's try that. And let's make a that's almost can I make a method with this? This is oh, again. Collect word. Well, that's kind of livable. Wait, what just happened? Is he in front? It looked like it's in back still. Maybe this button. Maybe he needs a zIndex too. I think the filled version is livable. I wish the check mark itself were white, but okay, DLE. I don't know. I can't tell now. I keep getting words backwards. Melt. Get it along so I can see it. That's behind, isn't it? I don't know if you can tell from your view. And what happens? I don't know. All right. Well, I'm not 100% sure that's behind or in front, but I think this new button is a good thing. We'll take it. Add check mark button to collect word. I think it is behind. I don't know why. All right. Well, let's pick up there tomorrow. I think we might focus on the dictionary first. But yeah, we'll focus on the dictionary first, and then we'll come back to these more visual things. All right. Well, thanks for joining. I should see you tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. Have a good night. Goodbye.